Hey, what's up guys? Tom is back with another Linscents video. Today we have a fragrance from Fragrance World. But before we get into that, just want to say thank you guys again. It is an honor to be playing on one of those electronic devices, whether it's a cell phone, the tablet, the laptop, the Macintosh, that brand new big screen TV, whether you watch me at home, at work, on a plane, a train, or an automobile. However, wherever you're watching me, it is an honor. You guys new to this channel, you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, comment, and like. Likes are very, very important. So are the comments. Reaching out to those that decide to chat away on the phone and send me messages. It's cool to respond to you guys. But before I get into this fragrance, going to show you guys a couple of stores right there that I frequently shop with. You can shop with too. Get those discount codes. Save yourself a little bit of money. Now, Fragrance World, as you guys know, I mean, it probably makes up probably 40 to 50% of my fragrance collection. You guys all know I'm not the one to go out there and spend big bucks on a fragrance. I feel like the dupes, the clones, I think they do just as fine. And again, honestly, if you are literally right in the store, okay, and you smell the clone of Fragrance World, Afnan or Moth, doesn't matter, okay, you smell the real thing and you smell them right side by side, clearly you'd be able to tell somewhat of a difference between quality, maybe the overall smell. But you know what, if you just buy these just for, you know, just for fun's sake, if you will, just out of curiosity, you get them, you smell them, you're gonna be like, man, that's a very good fragrance. And again, this is why I don't like really comparing too many fragrances, because again, if you go on Fragrantica, you will see that a lot of fragrances remind someone of something else. So I could be reminded of this fragrance and someone else thinks something else. So it really, you know, it's all perspective, each person's perspective thing. So therefore, there's no honest reason to compare, okay? The only thing you compare, I guess, honestly, is longevity, okay? That's probably the main thing you'd want to compare, because if the clone is doing just as good as the real deal, now you got to be like, is it worth spending an extra $200, $300 worth on the real thing when you get the fragrance for $40 that does it just as well, performs just as good, and so forth. So, with that being said, we are going to show you this one from Fragrance World. Now, as you guys know, I think I was maybe one of the first few to introduce you guys to this one, which is like their version of YSL's Tuxedo. This one is Suits. I thought this one was better than the Tux from Maison Alhambra. I like the sweetness in this one a little bit better. Although, again, remember I told you guys to pay attention to your reviewers. Look at the fragrance. Yes, I say I like this one more, but again, I like this one more, honestly, more just to kind of smell. But it's a little bit too unisex for me to want to wear all the time. So this is literally an occasional type fragrance. Maybe once in a while I'll wear this one, but again, sweet suits, because it's sweet. Now this one is very similar as far as what house brand this fragrance is cloning, and this one is Velvet Rouge. If you guys know, this is Yves Saint Laurent's Rouge Velours. This is their inspiration. Okay, I think this one has like rose, some white tea, and some amber and vanilla and stuff like that. So you know, once we smell this, I think the obvious thing would to do would be to compare these two and tell you which one is actually better. Because again, sometimes you get a fragrance like this and then you smell this one, and yes, they smell different, but then you're like, are they that much different? Should I get both of them? Should I only get one? Which one's better? I'll let you guys know. Okay, so Velvet Rouge, there you go, and there's Suits. Okay, sweet Suits. So here we go. We'll even see which one the wife likes more. Okay, so here we go. Honestly, I think both of these are more leaning towards the feminine side of things. So the wife probably could swoop by and steal a couple of sprays over here if she'd like, but she's a little bit on the sick side, so I don't know. Maybe she won't even be able to smell nothing. So here we go. Spray this Velvet Rouge right over here. 4 minutes and 37 seconds into the video, in case you guys are counting. Here we go. Okay. Nice, kind of in the air, like this kind of sweet. Okay, I'm getting that little kind of, that tea kind of, you know how like white tea kind of has that kind of light earthiness. So I'm getting kind of like this light earthiness with a bouquet of rose type smell, okay? Now again, if we get closer, we might smell that it doesn't smell like a real rose, might smell a little synthetic, so we shall see. But synthetic sometimes is okay, okay? It's almost, even with that rosy tea earthiness, sometimes, ooh. You ever had one of those times where you smelled it and you're like, okay, but then when you pulled it away, something just kind of creeped back up and you're like, hey, let me do a retake. That's exactly what this one did right here. So a very earthy, again, that probably that white tea note that's kind of giving that earthy kind of woodiness, little bit of a bouquet of like the red roses, the darker roses, not like those playful, you know, like the white, the pink roses and stuff. This is more on the darker side roses. Smells like that to me. And sometimes, you know how rose fragrance can sometimes kind of come off, they kind of smell almost kind of leathery a little bit, even though there's no, I don't think there's any leather in here, but it does kind of have that rosy, leathery, and I'm believing that little slight sweetness that I'm getting. It's not like fruity or anything like that, but it does kind of have that ambery, kind of woody sweetness to it, okay? Obviously, these two are really different, okay? This one is more your floral, your rosy, earthy, okay, scent right here. This one more on your spicy, woody, more a little bit more sweet over here on this side. Man, you know, sometimes I like a nice rosy fragrance. Toy Boy is one of my favorites. What's the other one that is one of my favorites? From Cartier, Dun Soir, okay? Another one of my favorite rosy fragrances. This one is nice as well. And I'm gonna have to spray this suits on just to see, but I actually think if it was me, if I was the one picking this fragrance, you know, one of these two, I was like, you know, you do need both because they are different, but which one would I actually rock? Because obviously these are both like your date night fragrance, okay? One is obviously a little bit more on the playful side of things, like a playful, nice date night, okay? The Suits is a little bit more on the sweet side, so more of a cuddly style fragrance because, you know, gourmandy fragrances usually require some cuddle time when you wear a gourmandy fragrance, but you know, the last time I did the Suits first impression, that might have been like almost 2 years ago, and you know, again, I haven't smelled the real thing, okay? Because again, I've yet to be in the Yves Saint Laurent section of a store because they quite frankly look at me weird when I come in there as if I can't buy anything there. But I must admit,
I can smell something over here.
she can smell. It's probably a mixture of both, okay?
A
A florally scent, that would be the first one that I sprayed. The second one would be probably more over in this direction. But now we're kind of lingering both of them, and now we got this little roll thing going here. And man, honestly, I think this would be a good for layering, you know. And that's the thing with this is that you spent $40 on both of these, and you can layer it. I think the layering would be very nice because again, you got a little bit of spicy, sweet, woody over here, and then you got rosy and kind of earthy with a little bit of those bouquet, those red bouquet floral notes over here, okay, which is very nice. Again, both of these are going to be for a date night. Suits, again, I said more for a cuddly. You know what? That was like almost 2 years ago. I don't think that's a cuddly style fragrance. I think this is more, Suits would be more for when you are going out with some fellas. Maybe it's a suit style event where you got to wear a suit. That would be obviously the reason to wear that. That's why you pick out the suit fragrance, or if you got the real thing, you pull out tuxedo. Smells a little bit more masculine than Velvet Rouge. Velvet Rouge is a little bit more on the feminine side of things, but a man could easily rock this because, again, it's not too white floral like that. You know, it's like a, again, dark, deep, rich rose with a little bit of that white tea that's giving it that earthiness. Again, it's kind of ambery. You get a little ambery sweet woodiness. And Suits is kind of more on a, I think there's like booze in here because it does kind of smell kind of boozy and slightly sweet. In my opinion, I would get this one. Okay, I think it just, in my opinion, I like the way it smells better. And again, you can take this as if these were the real things, okay? If this was the real thing and these things are clearly copying it, at least if this was like 80% close and that one was 80% close, I'm still giving you at least a kind of winner between the two if these were the real thing. I personally would go with this one a little bit more instead. I like the way it smells a little bit better. Again, this one, kind of rugged. It's kind of aggressive. It's kind of almost got that little bit of animalic, slightly sweet. Yeah, I like this one better. Let's see what the wife thinks. She said she smelled something earlier, but we'll get her to come a little bit closer and then she will make her final decision. Because, as we all know, wife usually gets the final word. Not in these videos, but the final word.
Well.
Wait, here we go.
Oh, that smells nice.
And then this one.
That one has more of a florally scent, like
You think?
a,
I mean, maybe like a white bouquet of
Yeah.
florals. Okay, so not rose, but like maybe some jasmine or some other white florals, whatever the white florals are that are usually in fragrance.
yeah, not
I
rose.
usually get jasmine or some
This
other
smells
stuff.
like rose.
This smells more like rose.
This smells like something I have. But yeah, this smells florally.
Floral, kind of sweet,
Yeah.
almost kind of
Syrupy a little. No.
a little boozy, in my
Okay,
opinion.
Maybe. Yeah.
Again, this was like 2 years ago that I opened that up. And again, you guys can clearly see, as much as I liked it the day I opened it, I clearly haven't liked it enough because I haven't really used that much. Again, this is one of those special occasions, but then even then, special occasions where I would wear this, there were still others that I would pick before this one.
Are those unisex?
And again, that's not to say this is a bad fragrance. If this was the YSL, it's just not my cup of tea. Some of you guys might enjoy this, but these are unisex. Again, I think this one would be more towards the feminine side of things, and then this would be for the men. Okay. Now, you probably could rock both of these together on the same occasion. Like if it is like a tuxedo night, the wife's all dressed up in a dark dress or something, she can rock that, and you can rock this in your nice gray suit or something like that.
Tuxedo.
Or vice versa. If I decided to go with a dress and she goes with, we don't do that here. We don't role play like that. Not like that. But
is this what is this one?
that would be the rose one, the Velvet
Oh,
Rouge.
thank you.
And again,
Happy
you guys can
Valentine's
see
Day?
that. Yeah, this is a Valentine's Day gift. I forgot to get a Valentine's Day gift, so I'll just pull one of these off the shelf and give it to her. She won't know it's been opened already, sprayed already, reviewed already, and she will have to enjoy it. But again, there's Velvet Rouge. That's the one we're actually discussing today. I personally like this one
You
better.
didn't ask me what was my favorite.
I think you. Well, I guess it doesn't. Well, because they're unisex, which one?
Well,
Again, I like the Velvet Rouge better. I think it just overall
So-
just smells better.
The one my favorite on you. Let me see. I'm gonna go with this one because I like that whatever that like syrupy darkness smell is.
There is a slight sweet,
Yeah.
again, kind of almost like an oak barrel-ish,
The
if you
sweet
will,
dark
oak barrel, sweet thing going on there.
With the white flowers.
Again, that's what she likes, okay? But me personally, I like this one, the smell overall better. Honestly, both of these are going to get you about 6 hours because when I wore this the one time, it's about 6, 7, 8 hours. And honestly, there are times where you spray these things on, you forget about it. The next day you wake up and you see that it's still on your skin. So again, don't just go based off of your first sprays and stuff like that. Oh, it doesn't last long. Give it a whole day, and if you really don't smell anything on your skin the following day, then you know. But there have been plenty of times where I've sprayed these on my hand right here, washed my hands, whole day later, still get whiffs of the scent. So there you go. Sorry about all the babbling, but it needed to be done. And you guys said you've missed me, so I came with it. But I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoy. The wife is about to do some butchering to the dogs at 8:30 p.m. at night. But I guess that's what time groomers do grooming. So we're getting out of here.